Today is day 60 of using the iPhone 17 Pro Max. Yes, that fragile orange color. I've been using it without any screen guard, and you can see there's no scratch. That ceramic shield too is proving to be important, but you gotta have a lot of cases if you don't want it to fall down and disfigure or lose its shape. So let's talk about the truth about using the iPhone here for 2 months. If you're still thinking of upgrading, or you want to know about this phone, or you want to buy it, come in, let me share you my own experience, unbiased. Let's check it out. Okay, welcome back. So let's talk about the iPhone 17 Pro Max. I mean, I love this orange color. For me, I feel this is the best color that Apple has ever made on an iPhone. It's so flashy, very fragile, it can easily scratch. Okay, so let's start from AI. If you're using iPhone 15 Pros or iPhone 16 series, there is nothing special about Apple Intelligence that you would miss from your iPhone 15 Pro, 16 series, and in this 17. So if AI is your thing and you're on an iPhone 15 or iPhone 16, just relax. You're not missing anything. And I mean nothing. You're not missing anything. So let's move into what you probably may or may not miss. And let's start from the most important one to me: faster charging. If you go into the description of this video, you will see our fast charging test. For those who are only on Apple ecosystem, the jump between the 16 series quick charge and the 17 series quick charge, especially the Pro Max, is kind of significant but not mind-blowing. So if you think you're on iPhone 16 or iPhone 15, the quick charge about 25 watts or thereabout, and you're getting 40 here, I did a video about it. You can see it in the card or go in the description to see the charging test where I compare the iPhone 16 Pro to this iPhone 17 Pro. So if quick charging is your thing, you can think about this. But then if you compare it to the Android side, where I put this against the red magic, this quick charge is still a joke when it comes to where Android are doing now. They're doing 80 watts, 100 watts, 120 watts. And let's jump to the next thing that many people talked about: the camera. For me, the back cameras are compared. Also, you can check our Facebook. I did a lot of comparison videos, and even on our YouTube here, videos comparing the iPhone 16 Pro and the iPhone 17 Pro Max camera, and the difference wasn't much in the back cameras. The little thing that is better is zoom. So if you're somebody that goes to concert, the zoom on this really stands out above. You can do up to 40x zoom, while the other one can do 25. So that's quite something. If you go to concerts or places where you need to, it's worth an upgrade. But then the 16 series zoom also, did what they could, and all these are still lower than what Android is offering. But then there is the front camera, and that is where we begin to see a significant difference here. The front camera is actually interesting because it can do that 16:9 YouTube format video from the front camera. You don't need to turn it like this to shoot, and that is very important if you're somebody that needs that to record from your front camera. But most time I didn't record from my front camera YouTube. I have to turn and use the back lenses to record myself, which gives you kind of better bokeh, gives you that option to use cinematic mode. You can use cinematic mode with the front camera and that. And also, if you're somebody that records yourself and also the video, you want to capture the two of them, it's worthwhile. It does it here. I don't know whether they're going to bring it to 16, but I don't see the reason why they're not bringing it to 16 series, because I don't know, it can still do that. So that's just that. So camera, you're also not going to be missing. So let's talk about performance. Day-to-day performance you are not going to miss much. In fact, I didn't know sometimes, when I transferred, I used this iPhone 16 and 17 Pro Max, iPhone 16 Pro and 17 Pro Max alongside for 1 month, and I have the same thing on both of them. And when you pick this one, it looks like the other one, except maybe you are gaming or you're doing high video, even in video edit and export using CapCut. They are very, very similar. The difference could be a second or two when I'm exporting, and the editing speed seems to be the same thing. So you are really not going to miss everything in terms of speed, except you're doing high demanding game. But I'm going to tell you where this one stands out in terms of heat. Heat dissipation on this is a standard. So if you're living in hot region and you want to upgrade, well, we went to shoot the iPhone 16 Pro screen dimmed and was showing us, you can barely see it, but the iPhone 17 Pro, like over 2-3 hours of shooting in hot temperature, it didn't dim at all, and it was shooting because of that aluminum body and the heat dissipation. It's very, very, very important. If you need that, you shoot a lot of video outside, you got to get the iPhone 17 Pros and Pro Max, because they're going to help you to shoot longer without that heating. And that is where they stand out. The iPhone 16, the titanium does not dissipate heat very well, and this one does that. You even notice while you're charging or while you're using it outside, and it keeps on going and going. So that's another important thing that could help you make that decision if you want to, in terms of that. So the performance, little gains in performance, incremental update in performance, but that heating, if you're in the hot temperature zone, you should consider the iPhone 17 Pros and Pro Max for that. The battery life for me stands out when it comes here, because I can charge this. Of course, I usually charge to 100 if I'm going to go out for a long day. I charge it for 100 in the morning, and I'm so sure that whatever I'm going to shoot, test, capture, I'm going to come back with, some juice left in the battery in the evening. Even when I'm using a massive, heavy use, it does carry it nice. Something I didn't enjoy about my iPhone 16 Pro at all, the poor battery life. But this is competing with some of the Android top battery lives there, and that is a good thing to see. So having put this up together, if you're somebody who requires more battery life, who living in hot temperate region, and you want to get the best performance even when there is heat and hot environment or warm environment, you should get the iPhone. If you shoot videos 4K outside where there is hot region or weather, you should get the iPhone 17. If you want that burst quick charge, of course it could do 50% in 20 minutes, which is great. So you should get this. But other than that, I don't think your iPhone 16 Pros or 15 Pros cannot do every other thing that you can do with this. So let me know what you think in the comment section. Let me hear from you in the comment section, and make sure you like, share, and until I see you in the next one, it is peace to our world. Subscribe. I'll see you.